Sagittarius. Yeah, thanks, Sagittarius, for being here at this moment in space and time for your July tarot reading. That's right, tarot reading for July. Sagittarius. Hey, guess what, Sagittarius? I feel like I'm going into this one blind. What mysteries are dark and vast at this time? And something meant me to ask you. I hope you're feeling better. This is for Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, Saturn, Pluto, Uranus. It's okay. General readings for sign of Sagittarius. All right. Thanks, everyone, for being here. And general readings. So take what applies, take what resonates. Usually most of it does, but not always. Can't always. So kick that part to the curb. All right. Absolutely. Okay, Sagittarius, I'm about to cut your cards. They're well shuffled. We gave them one last mix up while we said hello. I want to wish you the best in all things: peace, prosperity, joy, bliss, abundance, happiness, health at all times. Sagittarius, be well, and thanks for joining us and being here. All right, Ace of Wands reversed, Knight of Swords reversed, Seven of Cups straight up, Ten of Swords straight up, Hierophant reversed, Empress straight up, Three of Cups straight up. Okay, let's get into this, Sagittarius. Like I said, I have this like veil that's in front of me for your reading this month. I feel it was like couldn't even pick up on like keywords, sounds. It was really kind of mysterious. Maybe you're just feeling that. But look, this is you being secure in your relationships, platonic, romantic. Okay, if you're single, this is a good time to put yourself out there. This is you being your traditional Sagittarian self, even though this is a water card, Sagittarius. We are into the sign of Cancer, and you're mingling well. It's the time for hobnobbing and rubbing elbows and flirting and all that kind of good stuff, okay? And this is about you sharing your, well, I don't know if they're like beauty tips coming through or like, diets, like what makes you feel good. You're going to want to be helping and expressing others and giving helpful tips, advice. This is Sagittarius, the coach Sagittarius. Put me in, coach. And it's just like you passing along knowledge and being open to the giving and receiving of heartfelt encouragements, things of this nature as well. Okay. Three ladies are out there having a time, and they're nurturing one another just by appreciation of each other's presence. That's what the Three of Cups is all about. And when we have that, you have a very harmonious environment, a place to grow, okay? And as we move up into your creative centers, very nice, Sagittarius. Empress is here now saying, okay, this is a creative, expansive time. So why not, if you're feeling like, making or changing your life in some fashion, because this is about a bit of transformation for you too, Sagittarius, this reading, I feel. And there's a lot going on with potential creative blocks for some Sagittarius. For others, it's like, how do we make it work? Like nothing's impossible. It's all about just finding the way to do it, right? But this is good. If you're looking at returning to health through practicing, exercise and diet, your lower chakras would be much appreciative, much thanks for any physical regimented routine that you do for personal health is going to be creating and opening up things like the law of attraction for other things to come into your life. It's like very much an action point on self-love is what you say. Like you might just be encouraged one day to just wake up and you say, I'm going for a run, or I'm going to do something good for my heart, or I might even go and get lifted, or whatever that might mean. Because here, frankly, your higher self gets fed up with certain situations, certain timelines, and, at times other people's energy, especially things that have been taught to you where you're like, well, that doesn't make sense for where I'm at now, but I learned that. So this is like unlearning what were previously good habits or previous things that favored you or served you. This is about a way of like ridding them, in a slower fashion or context from your mind. It's like the process of unlearning can be a slow and tricky one, but you might be doing this with some certain things in your environment, in your life, and in your thoughts. You might be just saying, it's time to unlearn that. It's time to open up to a brand new perspective. It's time to say, well, tradition, it goes so far, but the ever-present moment is upon me now. So what is limiting you? What can you do from a wiser standpoint to help yourself along the way when it comes to, like I said, feeling better or solving this mystery that's before you? right? You've got a 10 of swords up here in your heart center. So Sagittarius, especially for single Sagittarius, this is a return to the care. This is a return to self. This is about doing the inner work so that the outer can feel better, okay, before like the new dawn or something that you've been longing for or desiring can make an appearance in your life, Sagittarius. It's really asking you to go in and get rid of the mental clutter, get rid of the things that currently aspect you that were not yours to begin with. They could have been projected on you at some time and then they stuck in there on the heart, okay? Too much of that is like brought you down, kind of led you down. And I think maybe some of this mystery is like you guys saying like, well, how are you going to do it, right? Nothing's impossible. We just need to find a way, right? You know this, Sagittarius. So we have this up at your communication. You want to make sure that the things that you're discussing with others and the things that you may be unlearning or convincing yourself of that there's a new way, you need to have some more clear-cut understandings about what it is, where it is you would actually like to go, what you would like, what form you would like your desire to take, okay? Is it a man? Is it a career? Is it a woman? Is it, is it a legacy? Is it an estate? Is it, what is it that captivates, focuses, and drives passion at this time, okay? You may, with this mental clutter, some of the hard parts of that, this is tough. My bowlers will understand this. This is a 7-10 split. This is a tough month for you to like really, you're really going to have to focus on getting things sorted out for yourself. I mean, that's point blank, bottom line, what this reading is all about, Sagittarius, because some of you may be feeling stuck. Some of you might be in denial that certain areas of your life are stuck. And I don't mean to pick on you, Sagittarius. We just have to get the messages out for healing and what tarot wants to say here. The 7-10 split, when it appears in the reading, can be quite ugly because at the same time you're clearing out the mental clutter, there's a feeling attached with each one of those things. Maybe there was a person dear to your heart that taught you that thing that is no longer serving you. You know you need to get rid of it, but don't feel like whoever taught that to you, that you're betraying them in their heart. That's okay. It served its point for that place and time, that moment in space and time. But we're in this moment in space and time, Sagittarius, okay? All right. And this as well. This is saying like, slow down and become a little bit more practical, become a little bit more reasonable at times as well. You could be longing or feeling like somebody in your environment has been acting unreasonable, and you might be wondering if it's something you did or something you said. You need to definitely let go of those things and pull away from those things. It's almost like if you were like to encounter a cougar or a bear on the trail in nature, you wouldn't want to just turn around and run. You would just want to like slowly like back away from it. And I feel that that's kind of the best thing that's serving you right there, Sagittarius, because it's going to give you a glimpse into, hey, it's nothing I did or nothing I said that really like set this person off, right? Or things of that nature. But it's really more so of like understanding why. Other people's triggers and your own triggers, when they're aligned and when they're juxtaposed and when they're in opposition, okay? It's like you being the real scientific expert on triggers and how to like harmoniously improve situations that were previously under strain or under stress, okay? Up from crown, reversal on ace of wands. That's okay. Straight up, upside down, it doesn't matter. These cards are very much aligned in terms of the new creation, the new creative abilities. Okay, so make sure that whatever you're creating is for beneficial purposes. It's almost like if what you're doing is taking too much out of you, slow down, move slower with it, and work on other areas that are like, it's tough to run a marathon with a tire tied behind your waist. Like you see those big athletes and football players do. You can't do that while you're expecting to say, I'm actually going to go out for like a nice run, or I'm actually going to pour my heart into this painting or this song with all this stuff in your heart and your mind that's been stuck there for far too long. Okay. I don't mean to pick on you, Sagittarius. We'll get an oracle card out, but that was your tarot for Cancer season, the month of July. And the fact that it is Cancer season, definitely, we got all this polarity with the moons and stuff going on, Sagittarius. It's tough to navigate, and it is going to feel like a bit of a mystery. But the place where you have control and the place where you can make forward progress is within, okay? That's a typical message for collective, but for you, it's especially the Empress was there straight up. It's a resonant time that you can go in and get that done. So that's really good. Okay, Sagittarius. And because look at the polarity and what we return to, the power of attraction, the law of attraction. Okay. Before you can enact the law of attraction, it's probably better if you be a lawyer or a judge or at least a court clerk. So you know how the whole process works. You know, these are like the prerequisite courses to law school that take you to learn how to definitely become a part of the power and the law of attraction. Okay. We talked about it a little bit. It's like, well, how do we get there? It's not impossible. We're going to find a way. And that little thing with the Knight of Swords with the triggers there and understanding the triggers in self and others and seeing the mirroring aspects, that's definitely for some Sagittarius is the glimpse or the propulsion, the momentum that you're going to need to say, all right, this is actually worth spending an hour or two a day to go within, feel right, get right, know it's right, trust that it's right, and be completely involved with your own beauty and your own journey. And then you come out and you're like, oh, okay, well, I've already challenged the course and passed the bar exam, so now law of attraction can get working for you. Okay, so Sagittarius, don't worry about the depth of the water that we're about to go through. You get by with a little bit of help from your friends. The Three of Cups, it's okay to share emotion and to have people shed emotion onto you that you trust. That is that's the machine that's working things up. We really got to do that inner work though. 7-10 split. Sometimes that's hard when you only got one shot at something and you have two goals you need to accomplish with that one shot. This is about you getting straight, getting right. Okay. And maybe not for all such, but definitely a strong message for somebody there. Okay. And to all the people in the chat, Sagittarius, that's it. You can turn off. These monthly videos are for those dedicated to those watching later. And hi to everybody in the chat. I see you, Kanant and Tati Taurus. Ange, thanks for being here. Crafty Tarot, that's so great that you're all here. We're going to pop this video off shortly. And then, of course, I want to remind everybody, we can get messages out for some of the other signs and be in our fullness on the Summer Solstice Jamboree. The Midnight Special is coming up in about 3 or 4 hours time. So, fasten your seatbelts, put your trays in their upright and locked position because the light ship's about to blast off. We're going to have some fun tonight. And for those of you that have made it this long watching later, we're like a fun live crew. So don't forget to hit the buttons and come around if you want to vibe, if you want some messages and some reading. Okay. So thanks again, everybody, for being here. We'll see you in a hot minute, a few hours. We don't have a definite timeline for the program tonight, but please do join us. Okay. Ciao, ciao for now.